There are days in my life, and I'm sure you share these, when everything is going so well that we just feel like we could all walk on water, don't we? Absolutely. Perfect day. And then we have other days where we feel just like Peter, sinking in the water. And so today's gospel is about an impetuous, bold, but very confident individual who climbs out the side of the boat, begins to walk on water, and keeping his eyes fixed on Jesus, he's able to do that. But what happens to Peter? Peter begins to become distracted by the waves and by the sea itself. And as soon as he takes his eyes off of Jesus, what happens to him? Down he goes. He starts to sink. Now, we all know that story. And that's probably, if I would suspect, if you walked into any church today or tomorrow, that will be the basic drumbeat. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Keep yourself focused on Jesus. When troubles hit our lives, keep yourself focused on Jesus. When difficulties come up, keep yourself focused on Jesus. Keep yourself focused on Jesus. And I'm sure we have heard that over and over again. I know I have. I heard that all my life growing up here. Keep your eyes focused on the Lord. Don't take your eyes off the Lord. It sounds good, doesn't it? But I know in my own life, one of the biggest difficulties I have is keeping my eyes fixed on the Lord. It doesn't always work. Even though I know that that's what the gospel tells me to do, it doesn't work. I can become distracted by 100 different things. I can be worried about politics. I can be worried about the economy. I can be worried about the church itself. I can be worried about the health of an individual. I can be worried about my own health. There's all kinds of things that can distract me and cause me to lose focus of the Lord. Does that happen to you? I would think it does. Unless those shiny spots that I see are their halos. Okay? But I know that it becomes very, very difficult. But what's the one thing that happens in the gospel today? When Peter, even though he's not listening, even though he's not paying attention, even though he's not focused, the one thing the Lord does is the Lord reaches out and grabs him. And I believe that's where we need to be as Christians today. We need to be able to trust our heart. We need to be able to trust that the Lord is with us and that the Lord is the one who will reach out to grab us when we fail, when we stumble, and when we fall. The Lord says to Peter, take courage. The word courage comes from the Latin word cor, which means heart. And the Lord says, take heart. Now the gospel can tell us what to do. And we can read the gospel, we can follow all the rules, and the gospel will tell us, this is what we should do. We know that. But our heart is what enables us to grab onto the Lord. Our heart is what enables us to hold on to the Lord when we're sinking, when we're failing, when we're troubled, when we're not sure what's going to happen. We need to be able to take heart. We need to trust our hearts, because that's where the Lord speaks. The Lord speaks to us in our heart. The Lord speaks to us in our life. And the Lord wants us to live, the Lord wants us to lead, and the Lord wants us to love with our heart. And when we allow the heart to do that, when we find that space in our life that is good, when we find that space in our life that is holy, when we find that space in our life that is the heartbeat, not the drumbeat of our gospel, that we will know when it's time to reach out and grab hold. God bless you.